Yuxi kaxi kome, bee bee beat. I'm Platinum Happy's Tabitha, and I'm here today to do my very first blog post. Since I'm new, I figured it'd be a nice way of introduction to do a Draw My Life so that you could all get to know me just a little bit. So let's get right to it. This is my father, and this is my mother. And this is the little house in New Jersey where they lived and where I was born. That's me. I didn't have any hair. Before I was a year old, we moved to Iowa. This is our new house in Iowa. When I was 2 years old, my little sister was born. She had a lot more hair. When she wasn't a baby anymore, people always thought that we were twins. And now, she's taller than me. When I was 5 years old, my family moved again, this time to Japan. And that's where I started kindergarten. I was really excited to meet all of the kids at the school. However, there was one problem. I didn't speak any Japanese. Luckily, there was a really nice girl named Natasha who helped me learn Japanese and was my best friend. That year, we did a lot of things together. We learned how to play the harmonium, and we were always partners on class field trips, like the one where we went to dig up yams. After we dug them up, we threw them in a giant bonfire, and they were delicious. There were also a lot of parks near our house in Japan where we liked to play with my little sister. Because she didn't go to school yet, she didn't know how to say anything except, "Abunai yo." At the end of that year, I had my first graduation ceremony. My father and my mother and my little sister were all very proud of me for graduating from kindergarten. But that meant I had to go to first grade. And that meant going to the big, scary school building with lots of floors and even a swimming pool on top. It was really scary at first, but it turned out my teacher was very nice, and I very soon made lots of new friends. That's me and all of my friends sitting on the giant swing that we had on our playground. Unfortunately, halfway through that year, my family moved again, back to America. And here I was, the new girl all over again. And unfortunately, I still didn't speak the language because I didn't speak any English. I had no idea what was going on. And what was worse, my teachers didn't quite realize that I didn't actually speak English until about halfway through the school year. But luckily, I really loved reading, and I read so much that I soon caught up and actually got ahead. First grade was also when I started playing the piano, and when I started my ballet lessons. In fourth grade, I did a research project on Laura Ingalls Wilder. I loved her books, and I was really excited to learn all about her life. After the project, she inspired me to want to write and illustrate children's books of my own. But my dad was like, "No, you are going to learn how to program computers," and he gave me this giant book and told me to read it. So I did, and he was very happy. From there, I started getting involved in more sciencey type stuff, and I even joined the Science Olympiad team. But unfortunately, my family moved again. That meant getting used to a whole new school, meeting lots of new people, and trying to make lots of new friends. At least this time, I spoke the language. Luckily, I soon found myself getting busy with all of my schoolwork. I joined the Science Olympiad team at my new school, and I also joined the Quiz Bowl team. By then I was also playing the violin, so I joined the orchestra, and I kept playing the piano, and I kept up with my ballet lessons. After high school, I went on to do computer science and electrical engineering, and I got to do cool stuff like make computer games and build robots, and that was pretty cool. And of course, I still kept doing all of the hobbies that I loved. However, things just didn't feel right. It didn't feel quite like me, and I was really sad. Luckily, that was about the time that I discovered AKB48. And then my best friend told me about Hello Project, and that's how I got into Japanese idol music. and I started doing group dubbing online and made new friends that way, and this was sort of a bright spot in my life. I managed to push through, and I graduated with a degree in computer science. Of course, my parents were very proud, as was my little sister, and they got to go to yet another graduation ceremony. But I decided that it just wasn't worth it forcing myself to do something that didn't feel like me. Thanks to the support from all of my friends and my family, especially my mom, I decided to go back to doing the things that I love. And that brings me to where I am today. I still dance and do ballet, and I still play piano and sing, and now instead of programming computers, I use them to do graphic design and illustration. And of course, I still love Japanese idol music, and now I'm part of Platinum Happy. And I hope to make lots of friends here and make other people happy. And that is the story of my life. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bibitan Fi!